Namaste, welcome back to Sitapragna channel and you are watching AWS Cloud Projects for Beginner to Expert. And you already, if you're already following these videos, you already know that we are almost there to becoming an expert. Today we are going to do 76th project and we have finished so far 75 projects, of course. Duh. Uh, but And in parallel, I'm also recording the developer certification questions and solutions oriented questions. And then when I was going through those questions, at least recently, all the questions that were being asked in developer, right? They are exactly the projects that we are actually doing. Even some of the solutions architect questions, they are as it is from the projects that we are doing here. Okay, why is this person's like, okay. So then I was like, wow. Even some of the questions I was even referring them to the projects here because they are as it is. So if you are one of those aspirants who wants to write these certifications, trust me, just watch all of this and you are good to go to write those certifications because the questions, obviously, yeah, the questions are based on real time um, use cases, and here you are going to get the real time use case. So makes sense. So let's start our 76th project. This one is called Monitor and Analyze Network Traffic. Greetings, Ethling. Oh, he's an alien. Okay. I am an aerospace engineer in charge of network operations for a fleet of space stations. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I'm happy to help. How can I be of service? I have been tasked with monitoring the network traffic between stations and to the data center for signs of any misuse or failure of our data and systems. I can certainly help with that. How is your network currently configured? We currently have three space stations in orbit and they all communicate with each other. And the corporate data center using a transit gateway connection on AWS. We have already implemented that. That seems like a pretty solid configuration. What issues are you having? We are concerned about how little insight we have into the IP traffic going to and from network interfaces on each space station system. I want a solution that captures traffic information and logs it. Are they talking about VPC flow logs? I also want a way to analyze the captured data for signs of any unusual activity. Well, you can use Athena, I guess. I think I have enough information to suggest a solution. First, I propose we use VPC flow logs to capture the network traffic between space stations. This is something we have already done. The flow logs can be sent to Amazon CloudWatch for metric analysis, and a CloudWatch alarm and dashboard can be created to monitor CloudWatch metrics for any connection issues. If a connection goes down, an email notification will be sent. AWS CloudTrail can be enabled to audit any failures or anomalies within the connection. If a failure or data breach occurs, an audit can be conducted on the CloudTrail event history to determine what caused the problem. This is exactly what we want. I'm ready to secure our communications channels and start gathering metrics. Could you help us implement? Of course, I would. I look forward to seeing your solution at work. So we are going to set up flow logs on VPC, which is a straightforward approach. Then review CloudWatch metrics and create an alarm, which we have done plenty of times. Create a CloudTrail log file to audit correction. This I don't remember if we have done or not. Okay, here we are, and let's look at the video concepts. And I think pretty much we covered these video concepts already. If not, if you haven't watched it or there is nothing wrong watching these again, I would totally recommend you to watch them again and again until you get familiarized and learn end to end about these particular services. And these videos are available in the playlist that will pop here. Once you click on it, it will open AWS tutorials for beginners playlist. In that playlist, search these videos, watch them, come back and watch the remaining project. Okay, once that is done, let's go through our diagram steps. In this solution, a set of three VPCs, let's see where they are, 1, 2, and 3, on AWS are connected using Transit Gateway. The Transit Gateway acts as a centralized hub, allowing communications between these three VPCs. A VPC flow is created in VPC A. As traffic is generated between VPC A and VPC B, the IP traffic information is recorded and sent to Amazon CloudWatch, which is something like this. You can see that. CloudWatch logs insights is used to query the VPC flow logs based on specified criteria. CloudWatch metrics are used to monitor the network traffic flowing into and out of the transit gateway. A CloudWatch alarm is created, which is invoked when the network bytes in metric exceeds a specified threshold. I think that's the metric we are going to use. Then CloudWatch alarm publishes a message to an SNS topic, which sends an email to a user or a group. A new flow log is created for VPC C, I think which is here. As new traffic is generated between VPC A and C, that IP traffic information is recorded and sent to CloudWatch where a new alarm is invoked. I think that we have to do as part of DIY. Let's go and look at our plan. Practice lab goals, we will set up VPC flow logs, then we will query the VPC flow logs by using CloudWatch log insights. Then we will review Amazon CloudWatch metrics and create an alarm and dashboard for increased visibility. Then we'll create an SNS topic to notify administrators when network traffic exceeds. As part of DIY, we are going to create a new log group, CloudWatch log group with the name Space Station C. Then we'll create VPC flow log for the VPC C, setting the log group as the destination. Then we'll create log watch alarm for the bytes out. That one was in bytes in. This is bytes out metric. All right, so that's about the uh, goals for us. So let's go ahead and start doing this. All right. Okay, let's start the lab. And we don't have any files to download and we have 61 steps. As usual, go through and read the concepts. I will read the concepts where I think is necessary. Most of the time I won't read the concept, but I would like you to read the concepts. Pause the video, read the concept and move on to the next one. So reading the concepts it explains you whatever we are doing here on the right side about that particular service. Okay, so let me do something. Before me going into, this project, let me clarify you something because this was brought up in the comments by, one of the viewer. I mean, it makes sense. That is a legit comment. They are saying like, all we are doing is something that they are already showing us, or at least half the lab is already set up here, and we are only doing the remaining half. Mostly sometimes if they're providing a script, we are using the script and etc. Okay, so the reply to that is, again, even when we are doing that, this is taking at least an hour, and most of you guys are not interested in anything that is going beyond 1 hour. That is first thing. And second thing is, if you have to do everything from scratch, it will take at least 3 hours. It might take more than 3 hours because we have to debug all the uh, permissions and etc., which might take much longer than uh, we doing this one. Third one is, if I have to do from scratch again, I have to pay for everything. Here, I am. It doesn't mean that I'm not paying anything right now. I'm already paying $35 monthly. Um, that's why they are providing me the lab and etc. But if I have to do everything from scratch, I have to pay for everything. Okay, and so when you consider all these things, it's not just feasible, even not just for me, even for you guys to sit there and watch one project for 3 hours. I don't think you guys will even do that. That being said, in each of these projects we are doing it as a particular role, right? For example, this is networking, so whatever things that are not related to the networking role, they already created and gave it for us. So we are only doing things that as part of this project you are going to implement, the services that you will be touching, the scripts that you will be editing as part of the project. There might be like doing from scratch, sure, uh, even I would love to do that, but we are right now preparing this in a rapid speed, at a rapid speed, right? We have about 94 projects. Do you think everyone is interested to see from, starting scratch to end 3 hours or 4 hours each 94 projects? I don't think so. The main problem is people are not interested in watching these big videos. Okay, I know that it might sound random, but we don't have a big user base for the projects, right? Trust me, this series is not big viewer base for me on this channel. I would sit and make, the cloud practitioner certification questions and other certification questions because people watch them more than these projects. So me spending the money and also time, at least 1 hour on this video, and the result I am getting is Not that great, but still I'm making it because even for those people, even if it is one person or 10 people, if it is helping, that's all I want. Okay. So for that reason, I'm making these projects. If it's looks like I'm just using the scripts that they are giving and etc., well, that's what it is meant to be. And most of the scripts, even if they are giving, I'm explaining you guys what is done in the script. If it is a Python script, I'm explaining you what it is and etc. But if you are interested in um, projects that we have to do from scratch, sure, why not? I'm all up for it actually. Um, but the thing is, I cannot put it on the YouTube channel, right? Because I have to pay for the lab and I have to spend 3 to 4 hours on one project where I don't have a user base. Not user base, but not many people are interested. So mostly I would do what I would do is I will have my own website and maybe I will put these projects there. If you're interested, you can buy them and you can watch them. At least that will justify the time and amount of money I'm putting out there and the result I am getting. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. I can do something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to clarify regarding that. Okay, now let's go ahead and continue with the project. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead with the CloudWatch because we have to create the log groups. And let's click on the log group, create a log group, and the first log group we are going to name it this one. Retention settings never expire, and again read this, which will explain the settings and everything that we are picking. Okay, that's created. It's as simple as that. Now let's go to VPC, and in the VPC we are going to go to the VPC flow logs and we'll configure it to point the logs to that particular one. So let's click on VPC space station A, then flow logs, and then create flow log, and let's name this one. Okay, and then filter all. So we want all the traffic, not just accept or reject. We have done this. Maximum aggregation interval 1 minute. Every 1 minute it will aggregate and it will push to the target. Click next. And then we are going to choose what is our destination? CloudWatch logs. And we already created that log group. So let's pick it up. And IAM role, they already created it for us, which is the flow logs role. And then log record format, you can have your own format or just use AWS default format. Okay, that's about it. The flow log is created. And let's go to session manager. You already know what is going to happen because we have to generate the traffic, right? So we are going to log into the EC2 machine and configure preferences. Not sure what we are going to configure here. 60 minutes. Okay, idle timeout. And then let's log into it. But which one are we going to log into? Station B, security. Okay, it has the ports opened for it. Okay, why are we copying that? Okay, let's see. Okay, because we have to hit it. Okay, station B IP address we are copying, we are connecting. Okay, that's fine. Station B. Okay, what are we doing? We are running this command so that it will list the server listening on 5201. Okay, you can see server listening on that. Review it. You can read what iperf3 is. And then now let's click on station A, connect to it, and let's connect to that, and let's go and run this one. Again, the IP address is from the IP address B, so we are just trying to connect to the other EC2 instance from this instance using the iperf3 by pasting that one, and you can see it is successfully pinging it, transferring some dummy data, I guess. Simulated traffic, if the output doesn't stop after about 30 seconds, use that one. Okay, now let's go to VPC flow logs, and as you can see the flow log that we created, it is right here. And what are we doing now? We clicked on the gateway attachments, transit gateway. Why? Okay. Okay. Let's copy the space station A. Let's see what they are going to do with that. Then we are going to the log groups and the one we created for this one, VPC flow log for the station A. And we already have two log streams. And let's open one log stream and let's go back to the log group and let's view the logs, view in log insights. Okay. And then choose a sample VPC flow logs, top 10 byte transfers by source and destination IP addresses, apply. So this is already pre-made ones, pre-made sample queries. So we are going to go apply, click that, and then it is going to show us the byte transferred. And they're grouping on the source address and the destination address, you can see, and summing all the bytes that went. And they are limiting the 10 records. Okay, that's fine. And now we are going to create alarms. Okay, we just saw our queried data on using the insights. Now we are going to create alarms so that whenever there is bytes in, we want to send an email to an SNS topic. Okay, select metric. We have done this before. And transit gateway per transit gateway attachment matrix, not for the entire transit, but we are going to remember we went ahead and I guess copied the transit gateway ID, so we can go ahead and check. I think this will match that one. But we are interested in bytes in. Select metric, and I think pretty much that's it. Period is 1 minute, and static greater than 10. If the bytes in is greater than 10, we are going to create an alarm. Create new topic, and let's name that one this one. And let's create the topic. You can also create the topic by going into SNS and coming and picking it here. And the email endpoints that will receive, type a valid email that you can access, and then that is the alarm name. All right, click next, and you can see the dashboard. And now let's go to the alarm and let's again repeat this one so that the traffic is generated, and then it will obviously trigger the alarm. If I enrolled into an email, it would have sent me an email. And if I go to the alarm history, this will say alarm updated from OK to in alarm, and then successfully executed action. Who executed the action? Is there an action created here? Let's see. Oh, that is the SNS message. So it is sent and then it's changed from in alarm to OK. Okay, this is how the message looks like to your email if you enrolled it. Now let's create a dashboard and let's name this that one. And we are going to select 75% number. Instantly see the latest value for a metric. And then transit gateway. Okay, here we are selecting per transit gateway instead of gateway attachment. And we are going to select bytes in. Save it. Now let's go to click dashboard and you can see those bytes coming into that one using the transit gateway. Pretty much that's it. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward, nothing fancy. This is something that we all have already done, but yeah, I think we might have done it for VPCs, but here we are doing it first, but it's still the same. Okay, I think this should not take much long for us. So let's open CloudWatch and also VPC and maybe Systems Manager and EC2. Okay, let me click CloudWatch. What are we going to do? We will go to log groups, and there are no log groups, so let's create a log group and let's name this station A to B. Never expire, and these are new updates. That one, the one shown in the lab, they don't have this yet. We will always have the latest setting. Sometimes it is confusion for us because they didn't have it, we have it. Okay, that's okay. Now let's go ahead, click our VPCs, and let's select VPC space station A. Click on flow logs. Let's create the flow log for this, and let's name this station A to be flow log. We want all of them. Aggregation level should be 1 minute. We are going to send it to CloudWatch logs, and if you click here, it should pop up that one we created. A role is something that they already created for us, which is flow logs. And we will go with AWS default format and tags, it's fine. Okay. If I go to, I think I have to see it here. As you can see, it is right here. You can see that. Let's refresh it. Filter all, etc. and status is active. Now we have this, but if it has to write to CloudWatch logs, in order for it to, we have to generate some traffic. And since this is a practice lab, we have to generate our own traffic. In order for that to do, we are going to connect it to EC2 instance using session manager. And before connecting to the sessions manager is available from systems manager. Let's enable or change a settings, session manager, save it. Okay, I don't think we'll come back here, so I can close this if I want. Okay, let's go to the instances, and we are going to log into space station B. And if you click on it and if you go to networking, um, is it under here? Yeah, so you can see it's open on 5201, and we also need its IP address for later use. So let's go here, copy private. Now let's click on that. Let's click on connect to this one, and let's go ahead and enter the command. And you can say server listening on 5201, just making sure if the server is actually being listened to or not. Terminate this one, terminate, because I don't want to go into that one. Now let's go to A, because I'm going to send traffic from A to B. Connect, connect. Now I'm going to execute the command, but this time I'm going to give the IP address of instance B. So I'm generating dummy traffic and sending it to that one. Okay, I think it might be because I might be using the private IPv4 address. So let me copy the public one. Okay, that's not it. I think even they use the, hold on, unable to connect to server, connection refused. Sender, receiver. Why? What happened? Does it take time? It said 30 seconds, right? Okay, let's give 30 seconds. Maybe it will show. I'm not sure. Let's wait for it. I'm sure they use the private IPv4 address. And why? That's the B. And I use the. Isn't it 30 seconds? Maybe. Okay, it is supposed to generate lots and lots of traffic, which it is not. And it is not even complaining unable to connect to the server. So, what is going on here? So, if I control C, still nothing. Okay, so it didn't work with that, it didn't work with this. So, what is going on? Did we miss anything? I didn't miss anything, did I? So, let's go back. 10.1.0.49. Yeah, that's the private IPv4, right? Yeah, that is the private IPv4 10.1.0.49. Okay, what do you mean by there is no connection? Huh. Isn't this the B? Yeah. Why is it kicking me away? Okay, what I am thinking is I think we have to have that reading on that particular port continuously. That's my thought. So let me go ahead and do that. I think this has to be running so that it will keep the port open, I'm assuming, so that it will listening. And now I have to go and do this. Oh, and I am right. Okay, sometimes my brain works. Okay, let it run for some time, I guess. So pretty much we are generating the um, traffic. Now let's go back. Let's refresh it here, and we already have the flow log. Okay, now let's go to the gateway, transit gateway attachment, so that we can get the attachment ID. Let's copy that. Let me paste it here. Okay, this is for the attachment A, right? Okay, nice. So let's go back here. Yeah, okay, I think we are done. I perf done, which is good. It's still listening. It's fine. I don't mind listening. So I have to go to the logs. Now if I click on not dashboards, log groups, and let's click on this log group. There should be some streams. Yeah, there is. And let's click on this. And you can see the log streams right here, generating data. Now let's go to insights. Hold on a minute. Okay, log insights, not that insights. Okay, here we are. Let's select a sample query that is already available. And how do I get that sample? Here, choose a sample and VPC flow logs, and I'm going to select I think this one, apply. Let's close this one. Bytes transferred by this and this, run the query. A log group must be specified, and this is the log group that I wanted to execute this query on. And as you can see, it showing us that data in descending order, which is nice. Now let's create alarms for this one. So we go to alarms. There are no alarms, so let's go ahead. What metric we are choosing? We are going to choose transit gateway, and we are going to choose the per transit gateway. And the one I copied is the attachment. It's not this, it's COD. Yeah, this one. And for COD, I'm going to select bytes out or bytes in. What did they ask us to? I think it's bytes in. Yeah, bytes in, but I'm just making sure. Is it the same one? 8B10. Which one is 8B10? No, it is not A. I think, did they randomly select one? 8B10. Attachment 8B10 is for none. That is weird. Yeah, okay. I think that's fine. If we go to hours, we are just going to go. And attachment, as you can see, we have four attachments or three attachments. And let's select 33B5 because B is getting bytes in into it. So I'm going to select that one. Unselect this. I think it is this. The number of bytes received by the transit gateway. If the dimension includes, oh, I think even for the other one it makes sense because this is the transit gateway. It is receiving the bytes from the EC2 machine. So I think both will work. Bytes in, select that. Select metric, and every 1 minute. Static greater than 10 bytes, I think. Next. In alarm, we don't have a topic. Let's create a topic. I think it doesn't matter what topic we give. This, let's try this one. Let's create the topic. We are not going to have any actions. I think that is the only action. Okay, hold on a minute. I received the email, so let's click on that. So confirmation subscription confirm. Now let's go back here, click next, and the alarm name is this one. Next. I think pretty much that's it. Create the alarm, refresh it. Okay, we have these alarms. Where is this? Since it's not in alarm, it's not showing, so I can change the filter to any state, so it will show you. Insufficient data, first time when we create, that's what it will show because it didn't have any data yet, because we need to generate the data for it to get triggered, right? So let's go to that, which should be somewhere here. Now let's run the same thing again. This will is generating data. It will come to the cloud watch log groups through VPC flow logs. Then this is created on top of it. So as soon as the data comes into there, every 1 minute this checks. And once it sees that the metric for bytes in is greater than 10 bytes, this should get triggered. It will take some time. And while that is happening, let's go ahead and create the dashboard. And dashboard should be somewhere here. And I will get an email anyways when that alarm is triggered, so we can check that as well. So let's create a dashboard. Dashboard is just a graph, and we are going to pick this one. Usually I think we pick the bar. Okay, that's fine. and we are going to pick the transit gateway and transit gateway metrics, and I think we are going to select bytes in, create the widget, and as you can see, that's how it shows. I can do this, save it. Okay, that's about the dashboard. I think that's all we have to do for the practice lab anyways. Okay, pretty much that's it. So let's go back, and I don't think it triggered the alarm yet. State is okay. Oh, it didn't trigger it. I don't see an email here. Okay, somewhere it is not good. It is exactly 10. Okay, no bytes. That's preposterous. Bytes in 0. Why? Thought this one is running, isn't it? Yeah, it is running. So let's go back and try to edit this. Not about this. Not even that. Okay, I cannot edit that or what? Let's cancel this. What I want to edit it. Edit. Okay, looks like I can't edit it. I was looking at this one. 78D. What is C? I don't know. Why did I select D? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to select BCOD. Okay, let's go back. I cannot edit it here. I cannot edit it here. Okay, maybe I can. Let's see. I want it to be either A or B. I don't know why. How come I ended up with C? Oh, now it has bytes in. That's weird. Oh, maybe for this one it is showing that one. Alarms. Refresh. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do this again. Let let's hope this will be triggered now. And let me come back. Okay, here we are. You can see it's in the alarm state, and I think we will receive an email. Let me refresh it. And here's the email, which is telling us, okay, threshold crossed, 1 out of 1 data point. Threshold was put 10, which is it is showing the details, etc. Yada yada yada. Okay, so it's a success. So that is about this one. Now let's go ahead and finish the DIY. We will create a new CloudWatch log group with the name Space Station C. That's it. And create a VPC flow log for the setting the new log group as destination. Bytes out metric. Okay, let's go ahead. This should be easy because we just did it. Log groups. And they want us to create what with the name Space Station C. Okay. Same thing. Create it. And let's go here. Let's go to the VPCs. And for this one, flow logs, create a flow log. I guess it doesn't matter what name they want us to give. So let's give this A to C. We want all 1 minute and CloudWatch, and it's going to be the C. The role is going to be the same, and everything remains same. Create the flow log. And did they ask us to create anything else? CloudWatch alarm as well. So let's go ahead. Alarm, any state, copy that. Did they tell us to give it a name? Nope. So let's create alarm. Select metric, transit gateway. Did this? Hmm. They're telling us to create it for the transit gateway. Yeah, but is it for the attachment? Okay, let's select attachments. And what is C? C is 78D, and they want us bytes out, if I'm not wrong. Yep, 78D is, I am assuming, the C. Let's go ahead. 1 minute. Obviously, same thing. We already have it. Let's select the same topic. I don't want to create a new one. Did they ask us to create a new one? I don't think so. Okay, so let's go. That's it, right? So they want space station VPC ID, CloudWatch alarm name. I think this is the CloudWatch alarm name I gave. And a space station C VPC ID, VPCs. Let's copy, paste it. I think if everything is right, this should show us green, but we never know. But this is a straightforward one, and of course it is going to work for us. Okay, and if you want to see this one as well, I think we need to go and generate that data. But do you want to do that? I think this is not a tough one, so we are fine. Okay, so what what did we learn from this? We learned how to create VPC flow logs, how to point it to a destination which is CloudWatch log groups. We created a CloudWatch log group. Then we created a CloudWatch alarm based on the metric that we created for bytes in and bytes out, as well as we created a dashboard using the CloudWatch. So pretty much that's about it. Those we already learned but for me it was like a review session. That's fine. It's fun. So let's click and deliver the news. The ability to monitor and analyze has been added to your network. You will soon have much better data on your network traffic. This is fantastic. Okay, let's collect it. Okay, yeah, for some reason this is going to. And by the way, I wanted to inform you all something. Um, I already canceled my subscription for this, so I will get it till the Feb end. So by Feb end, I have to finish all the remaining 20 projects, which currently that's my goal to finish those 20 projects. But once that is done, I'm going to pick the yearly subscription. And okay, we are almost there. Yearly subscription for the skill builder, AWS skill builder. I think it's about $300. So instead of spending $30 every, there is going to be some discount, but that is not the reason why I am picking it. The reason I am picking it is because the yearly subscription comes with something called digital classroom. So the digital classroom is not available with the monthly subscription. Doesn't make any sense for me. Why they are not giving it for the monthly subscription? Which policy is used if restricted access is required to a VPC endpoint? I don't remember. I think it has to be either these two, but was it? I don't remember. Yeah, I think it is that. So what I'm saying is, yeah, that digital classroom, what it is they have these digital classrooms for these complete roles, like they have 24-hour content on it. They have labs as well. They have different projects. So what I'm thinking is, I want to take it. I didn't take it yet. It depends on whether you people are interested or not. I'm thinking of taking that course and trying to replicate those projects and labs and show you guys, or maybe while I'm doing it, record it. Let me know if you guys are interested, then I can do that. Otherwise, I don't want to spend that much amount. Which Amazon CloudWatch alarm states are valid? We just checked it, right? I I think we saw insufficient, okay, and alarm. So let me know. Depending on you guys, I will think of taking that 1 year subscription. And as I mentioned, each one of those digital classrooms, there are I think about 20, 24. Each one of them is at least 20 hours. There is one with 24 hours as well. Which problem does AWS side-to-side VPN solve? Remote network and VPCs on AWS. Communication between internet and promise? No. Communication between AWS and the internet? No, I think it is this, right? Remote network and VPC. Okay, let's select this one. Amazon CloudWatch alarm limit for an account is 5,000. I think there is a limit, but I don't know if that is 5,000 or not. There is no limit. Oh, there is no limit. Okay, false then. Okay, I learned something new. Okay, is one on? Is that an orange one? Yeah, that is orange one. Okay, that's okay. Did we do 5 questions? I don't remember. Usually we compete, right? Oh no, that's okay. We'll do it from next one. If you're already doing the score, let me know how much I scored and how much you scored in the comments. I'm not seeing anything in the comments, guys, so I'm assuming you guys are not interested in doing the quiz along with me. Are you guys even watching this far? I think Cloud Whisperer API Gateway Lambda. Create a serverless application to develop a function that accepts an HTTP request with JSON payload. The payload contains a list of integers and calculates the sum of event numbers. We know very clearly that we use Code Whisperer to create the code. So how do we write it? I think maybe we will put Lambda here or Code Whisperer here. Lambda and Code Whisperer there. Let's see. Okay, let's scroll down. It will be somewhere here. I'm assuming I'll put it there. We have done one project, actually two, three projects using Code Whisperer. Code Whisperer is like an AI machine learning thingy that suggests us code. It will write it for us. We just have to tell it what we are looking for, then it will put the code snippet for us. It was cool. Let's try that one. Okay, why are you complaining? Let's see. Serverless compute service process. Yes, yes. User suggestions provided by the service to build a Lambda, which is Code Whisperer. Create a serverless endpoint to pass, which is the gateway API. Yeah, you see that? Okay. Instead of Lambda function, we should be putting Lambda. That is, let's pick Lambda. I think that was is causing. I don't know why they have to. Where is this? Okay, here we go. I think this should work. All right, and I'm not sure if we finished 5 questions, so let's go ahead and do one more question. Then we will get to know that. if we did the 5 questions or not. Can be used to reach other AWS services supported by private link. Yeah, private link is also supported by VPC endpoint. Okay, supported by private link from on-premise. Okay, I think it is site to site, right? Yeah, it is site to site VPN. Okay, still we are being asked about VPC, so there might be. I don't know if we did the 5 questions, so let's do one more. Oops, it fell right on top of us. Which resource is used to reach AWS services that do not reside within a VPC, such as S3, without the traffic traversing the internet? What is it? It is definitely not internet gateway. It is definitely not private link. You can use private link using what? Using endpoints, VPC endpoints. Come on, seriously. Well, let's do. I think this will be the last one, I'm assuming. I think we are already finished with 5 questions. A subnet can span multiple availability zones. False. Subnet is within a availability zone. It cannot span. I think that's the end of the questions. Let me know how many you answered. I didn't see a single comment so far, you know, from people telling how much they scored and how much I scored. So I am assuming you guys are not interested. Or I don't know. Maybe I only started that with this particular one, which I didn't post yet. So today I'm going to post the first video on the network. So I think you are 2 weeks behind me. Anyways, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. There is more awesome content going to be added to the not playlist, to the uh, our channel. I'm going to make sysops, DevOps, machine learning, security, and data engineer certification question videos or playlist as well. So stay tuned. And yeah, thank you for hanging out. See you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.